Well, hey, good morning, everybody. It is Freedom Friday. This is Dave coming to you from the paddock in Southern Maryland, and we'll just start the offensive meter off right. Start it right away. I love this shirt, so I've got a couple of them. You'll probably see these two shirts every Freedom Friday. If you're going to piss people off, do it right. I'm a little bit excited today. Today is what we're going to call Handgun Hoedown. So I've got a collection of things for you. Some of these have been featured on the channel before, some have not, but I collected them all up and put them all in one place. I thought we'd spend a little bit of time going through the handgun collection, at least most of what I have here in Maryland. So welcome to Handgun Hoedown Freedom Friday, and I'm going to turn you around and take you over to the table, and then we'll talk about each one. All right, guys, I thought this presented pretty well, so I wanted to show it to you. Almost it's like a marketing thing, right? Anyway, like I said, if you're gonna make people mad, let's go all the way and do it right. So this is the majority of my pistol collection or handgun collection in the state of Maryland. We'll show you Wyoming at some other time, but we've been through some of these already, but I'll actually take you through each one here. But I just thought I'd show them to you as a collection, kind of all laid out. And it's a pretty good shot. So there's the collection. That's why I'm calling this Handgun Hoedown. Get them all in one place. So we'll take a few minutes now and walk through them. All right, guys, we'll do the crowd pleaser first. Desert Eagle, 50 cal. This thing is a beast. It's the heaviest gun I own by far. 7-round magazines. I have several of them. It is hard. You need shoulder strength to cock this thing. Get this slide to work. There's your safety. This thing sounds like an absolute cannon when it goes off. The recoil is not bad because this is so heavy. So if you can keep it up, if you can get this hand under here and actually go to town, you can do some damage. I'm actually pretty damn good with this thing. So if you saw my earlier video about this, the joke about these things is, this is what you shoot the perp with when he's hiding behind the refrigerator in your neighbor's house. Then you get this out. Next one is the 44 Magnum. This is the one with the 8 5/8" barrel. This is the Dirty Harry Special. I don't believe these are made anymore. They're hard to find. It took me a while. Actually, I had to go to went to a gun broker to get this one, and it took me a while. It's in perfect working order. I currently have it completely unloaded. It's got a high-vis front sight on it, but I find this configuration, I'm not Dirty Harry. Let's just say that. I'm not very good with this weapon. Now, I've only fired it 100 times probably. To me, it was more of a conversation piece. It's fun to own it. It really needs an under the armpit carry rig. Even on a chest rig, it's almost too big. So anyway, it stays in its holster. I've got a hip holster for it, so when I do fire it at the range, I don't have to lay it on the table. But there you go. There's your Dirty Harry. Make my day special. We saw this just recently. Here's my dad's World War II 1911 A1. He was issued this by the U.S. Army when he was in the World War II. He carried this as a sidearm in World War II and gave it to me. He died in '96, so I got it sometime in the early '90s. But it's in perfect working order. It's received some battle damage. I mean, it was carried in war, but it is in perfect condition. And I don't fire it too often. I keep it perfect because it's a memento. But if I needed to, it could be a battle weapon. But in my life, it doesn't because I have others. Here's one I've not shown because I don't show it much at all. This is your Remington 44 caliber cap and ball. I don't see the plunger. This thing is beat to hell. It's an Italian made replica. My dad gave it to me. back in the late 80s, early 90s. I've never done anything with this. I've never fired it. I've never attempted to learn about it, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of an iconic weapon, even if it is a replica. So this is the Remington 44 caliber cap and ball. Pretty damn big hole. Guys, that's it. I've got nothing else for you on this. You can see how dinged up. I mean, it's almost like he beat people to death with it instead of fired it. I have no idea. Anyway, it's kind of cool. Someday, and I'm getting the right time of life to go ahead and get this thing looked at and maybe actually try it. So you can see it's even got like a cotter pin through this thing here. Instead of a screw, this thing's all screws, no pins. So it looks like my dad or some prior owner lost this screw and put a cotter pin in it. So clearly that's something we need to get to address. There you go. Remington 44 caliber cap and ball. So the next two come as a set. I'll just hold them up. They're called Lord and Lady. I'm not even sure how to hold this to show it to you. The Lord and the Lady. They are 22 shorts. The action is kind of funny on it. The barrel just turns to the side. They're single shots. Put it in. Fire it. Same with the Lady. You simply pull the hammer back, break it, put the round in, go. Incredibly inaccurate. I think past about 5 feet, you have no idea where it's going. I'll show you the short rounds when I go through the ammo. But again, they were my dad's. He gave them to me. What's cooler, I think, maybe than the weapon is the box they came in. The box is really beat to hell when I got it, so I don't use it. But I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, they're Colts. Made in Sweden. Yeah, Colt Small Arm Division, Hartford, Connecticut. But, oh, the box was made in Sweden. There you go. That didn't make any sense to me. All right, that makes more sense. So this box was made in Sweden. These are made here. All right. The Lord and Lady. All right, so the next one is my battle. This is my go-to-war weapon. This was last week, so this is my Glock 19. I'm not really sure what else to tell you, right? You saw last week's video. Literally my go-to-war. If if I have to step up from my EDC, which is also on the table, I'm going to this. If I'm going into true tactical situation, knowing it, I know I'm going, or if I know I got a real chance, this is what I'm carrying, Glock 19. All right, this was my original EDC. This is a Glock model 26 Gen 5. It is a subcompact frame. It's got a dual stack handle, dual stack magazine. I bought this as my EDC because I love the size of it. And then Glock issued the 43, and this became obsolete. I'm not getting rid of it because I like having extra weapons, but anyway, the Model 26 Gen 5. I mean, it's your standard Glock, nothing special. Trigger safety, mag release. Yeah, single-sided mag release on this one. See that? So it's only on this side. But it racks well. It's a stiff spring. I haven't fired this very much, a couple hundred rounds maybe, because immediately within a year or two of me buying it, it went in the range bag and kind of lives there. All right, Model 26 Gen 5. I've shown this in the past, but it's been a while. This is my EDC. This is the Glock 43. Just the 43, Glock 43. So you can see I've got the pinky extender mag in it. I have the hollow sun, red dot on it, single stack. Basically 7 rounds if you don't, it depends on what you do with it, but it's a 7-round clip magazine coming out of the factory. This thing is easily concealable. It's super thin. It's super short, so the handle doesn't stick out. This, guys, when you're carrying concealed, this is what usually gives you away. These handles stick way out, and it's hard to conceal both this and this under regular clothing. So anyway, that's why I bought this. It's truly my everyday carry. One of these in the weapon, one of these in my pocket. Fantastic. I'd recommend you buy it, but I got a better one. So this is my wife's EDC. Anne Marie carries this thing. This is the Glock 43X. This is the weapon I recommend you buy if you want to carry an EDC. I know some of you guys are Smith & Wesson guys, some of you are Sig Sauer. I don't care. Buy whatever you want. Dave recommends you buy the 43X, especially if it's for your wife. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. One is, since if you're going to purse carry it, pocket carry it, or like bag, shopping bag carry it, you really want to have what they call the pocket holster on it with a cord, because some people have trouble pinching this off. It depends. When you talk about weapons, most of us guys don't realize this. Finger strength, grip strength, shoulder strength factor into things when you get your wife involved. A lot of women do not have the finger or grip strength to pull this thing off. A lot of women don't have the shoulder strength to rack it. Not saying them all. Don't be going Karen on me. I'm not saying no women can do this shit. It's not what I'm saying. My wife's 59 years old. She has finger strength, shoulder strength issues. So there are some things I've done to this weapon that make it ultimately completely usable for her. One is this cord. You just pull that cord. You need no strength for that to happen. Okay? You just pull that off. I'm going to drop the mag. I check the pipe. Okay, we have an empty weapon, all right? The second thing I do is this finger ring, all right? This finger ring took this weapon from being a little difficult for my wife to work, okay, all right? And it just screws on the back. Let me clear that, all right? It just screws on the back. You gotta have the knowledge to pull that spring plate out, and pull the screws off and put this finger guard on. But it's called a finger pull. You can buy it. There's probably 100 stores you can buy them at, but it changes. This is an ultimately easily cocked, manipulated weapon with that on there. So with the two changes, with this and this, it makes this an easily usable weapon for my wife, and probably for just about anybody who has any sort of issues with grip or shoulder strength. The Glock 43X. So what's the difference? The Glock 43X has a little bit longer. Here, let me see if I can do this comparison. So there's your, let me see, can I do this right? There's your 43 versus your 43X. 43, 43X. A couple extra rounds in here, but it does make it harder to conceal because the handle's a little bit longer. I like this because it's so concealable. If I did not own a weapon today, I would buy the 43X. This version is the 43X MOS, the modular optics system. What it means is it's you can kind of see it. It's milled flat on the top of the slide and is meant for this optic to go in. The screw holes are pre-drilled. This weapon comes ready and oftentimes comes with this optic. So it's, on this one, I had to put an adapter plate on it. You can kind of see it under there. And then this would fit on it. This works great. This is an integrated system. The 43X MOS is what I recommend if you need to buy somebody, particularly your lady friend, a EDC carry. Well, how about that, guys? A 10 weapon roundup for Handgun Hoedown. So you've seen everything from a 22 short to the Desert Eagle 50. You know what? Before I wrap this up, let's do a couple ammo comparisons. I'll show you a 22 short. Okay, guys, here's the ammunition roundup that I should have done. So you see the difference between a 22. You see the difference between a 22 short and the old regular 22 long rifle. Pretty much anybody who shoots 22 knows this round. Almost nobody knows the short round. I don't even know any weapons that really use it much anymore. But then you kind of walk up the line. You got the standard 9mm, your standard 45 ACP, your 44 mag, and then your Desert Eagle 50. So you want to see something funny? Let's just, yeah, that's a funny comparison. All right, guys, there's your ammo Hoedown roundup. All right, guys, I think that's it. We'll wrap up Freedom Friday, the Handgun Hoedown edition, and I'm hoping next week I can do a rifle roundup. You know, we did the shotgun roundup. We've done a handgun hoedown, and I'd like to do a rifle session as well, and just show you from the M60 to the BMG 50 all the way down. So hopefully I can pull that off tomorrow. Pulling all these things together, getting them out of the safe and out of the armory, and getting them all rounded up is a bit of a pain in the ass, to be completely honest with you. Doing it with handguns is one thing; it's still a pain. But doing it with all the rifles is really next level pain. So we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this comparison of all the different handguns, and hope you enjoy our Freedom Fridays. These mean something to you. These mean something to me, and even if these sessions offend you, I'm willing to take these weapons and stand out in front of you and fight for your right to disagree and speak out on that disagreement. And I think that's key to Team Freedom. Guys, have a great Friday. We'll talk to you later. Bye.